Finding a truly amazing game buried in the digital store feels like discovering hidden treasure. I'm Alice, and today we are looking at some incredible titles you probably missed. These gems offer experiences that massive blockbusters simply cannot match. Let us dive right into the list. Starting our countdown at number 1 is a brilliant atmospheric experience that perfectly captures the magic of classic survival horror without the frustrating archaic mechanics. You explore an abandoned amusement park filled with strange secrets and unsettling encounters that keep you constantly on edge. The low polygon art style looks surprisingly gorgeous on modern screens and adds a thick layer of nostalgic dread to every single corridor. I highly suggest you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your favorite game below so we can keep sharing these hidden gems. My heart was racing during the entire campaign because the ambient sound design built incredible tension before anything even happens on screen. The puzzles feel intuitive yet challenging, making every discovered shortcut incredibly rewarding. Diving into number 2, we find a dense puzzle platformer where absolute silence and isolation create a mesmerizing journey through surreal underground caverns. The visual direction uses a vibrant neon pixel aesthetic that makes every dark room glow with intense mystery and beauty. You control a fragile creature navigating a hostile environment filled with giant ghostly animals and obscure environmental riddles. I was completely stunned by how the map constantly reveals new layers of depth just when you think you have seen everything. There is zero hand-holding here, so figuring out a cryptic puzzle gives you a massive rush of accomplishment. Every pixel feels purposefully placed to test your awareness. For game number 3, survival takes the front seat as you drive a station wagon through a supernatural exclusion zone. This clever twist on the crafting genre turns your vehicle into your only safe haven against deadly anomalies. You are constantly scavenging for scrap metal in the pouring rain while listening to a phenomenal indie rock soundtrack. I found myself growing incredibly attached to my clunky car, especially after barely escaping a terrifying storm. Managing your gas tank and battery levels creates constant suspense as you push deeper into the forest. Every successful run back to the garage feels completely amazing and highly rewarding every single time you survive. At number 4, we have a brilliant deck-building roguelike that completely reinvents how you think about traditional card mechanics. You are tasked with creating overpowered combinations using standard playing cards mixed with game-changing Joker modifiers. The visual presentation features a captivating retro aesthetic with mesmerizing scan lines and incredibly satisfying sound effects. I was genuinely addicted to the constant dopamine rush of watching my multiplier score explode into the millions during tight matches. Understanding the deep synergy between different cards requires strategic thinking, but the learning curve remains highly accessible. Every single run offers uniquely wild possibilities, making this an absolute must-play masterpiece for any card fan. Coming in at number 5 is a mind-bending puzzle adventure that constantly subverts your expectations with every new room. You navigate a beautifully stark monochromatic world, solving complex riddles that require true lateral thinking and keen observation. The narrative unfolds through cryptic documents and strange encounters, creating a deeply unsettling but fascinating atmosphere. I found my jaw dropping multiple times as the game cleverly messed with my perception of reality and logic. Piecing together the overarching mystery feels incredibly satisfying because the game respects your intelligence throughout the journey. This psychological trip will absolutely leave a lasting impression on your gaming memory forever, offering an unforgettable narrative experience. Reaching number 6, we experience a bizarre narrative journey set in an alternate history following a nun with unconventional visions. The gameplay seamlessly blends walking simulator elements with light environmental puzzles and deeply philosophical dialogue choices. Visually, the game presents a stunningly realistic winter landscape that contrasts beautifully with the surreal supernatural occurrences. I absolutely loved the dark humor sprinkled throughout the dialogue, which perfectly balances the otherwise heavy religious themes. Exploring the beautifully crafted environments feels like walking through a beautifully directed interactive art house film. This highly unique story provides an unforgettable perspective that you rarely ever see in modern video game narratives, making it truly phenomenal. Swimming into number 7, we find an adorable Souls-like adventure where you play as a tiny hermit crab seeking treasure. The combat system borrows heavily from challenging action games, but replaces grim darkness with vibrant underwater trash aesthetics. You can equip various discarded human objects as shells, which provide unique defensive abilities and hilarious visual changes. I was constantly chuckling at the clever aquatic puns and surprisingly deep lore hidden within the ocean garbage. Mastering the parry mechanic feels incredibly tight and rewarding against the surprisingly brutal boss encounters. It perfectly balances punishing difficulty with undeniable charm, making every death feel like a fun learning experience instead of punishment. Landing at number 8 is a mesmerizing psychedelic Metroidvania that bursts with vibrant colors and bizarre alien plant life. The core gameplay focuses on fluid combat loops and planting seeds to alter the environment for future exploration runs. The art direction is completely breathtaking, featuring hand-drawn details that look like a classic sci-fi comic book. I was completely captivated by the strange soundscapes that make the alien world feel truly alive and dangerous. Discovering new pathways by manipulating the ecosystem adds a brilliant layer of strategy to the traditional exploration format. This vivid journey offers a stunning feast for your eyes and reflexes, keeping you hooked for many hours. For game number 9, you manage a bustling sushi restaurant by night and explore the dangerous ocean by day. The daily loop of spearfishing exotic creatures and serving hungry customers creates an incredibly addictive and relaxing gameplay rhythm. Pixel art graphics beautifully capture both the vibrant coral reefs and the cozy atmosphere of your growing business. I instantly fell in love with the quirky cast of characters who constantly introduce hilarious new minigames. Upgrading your diving gear allows you to explore terrifying new depths filled with massive aquatic bosses. It is a wonderfully charming experience that effortlessly blends multiple genres into pure gaming joy that you simply cannot miss. Stepping into number 10, we embark on a sinister fishing adventure where the dark waters hide terrifying cosmic horrors. You start with a tiny boat catching normal fish, but quickly realize the ocean changes drastically after sunset. The eerie atmosphere is brilliantly amplified by a haunting soundtrack and subtle visual distortions as your panic meter rises. I felt genuine dread navigating through thick fog while massive, unknown shapes circled just beneath my fragile hull. Upgrading your vessel provides a great sense of progression while uncovering the unsettling mysteries of the local islands. This brilliant mix of cozy management and pure terror is executed flawlessly throughout, creating a deeply memorable maritime nightmare. Moving to number 11, we have a wildly inventive puzzle game where you carry entire worlds on your back. The main mechanic involves diving into mysterious orbs that contain unique dimensions, seamlessly linking different realities together without loading screens. Its minimalist visual style is absolutely gorgeous, relying on striking color palettes rather than complex textures to guide you. I was constantly amazed by how intuitive the mind-bending puzzles felt once I understood the shifting mechanics. There is no dialogue or text, allowing the brilliant environmental design to tell a compelling story organically. It offers a masterful lesson in pacing and purely visual game design that will challenge your brain perfectly. At number 12, you step into a brilliant first-person puzzle game that uses photographs to reshape reality entirely. You take pictures of the environment and instantly place those images into the world to create new physical pathways. The sunny, pastel environments provide a relaxing backdrop to the incredibly complex spatial challenges that await you. I spent hours just experimenting with the camera mechanics because the underlying technology feels like actual magic happening on screen. Reaching the solution often requires you to completely break your standard understanding of physics and perspective. This incredibly creative concept delivers one of the most unique puzzle experiences available today that you must absolutely try yourself. Climbing up to number 13, we discover a beautifully meditated action game centered entirely around the mechanics of rock climbing. You ascend a massive ancient tower using a highly tactile control scheme where each trigger controls a different hand. The stunning cel-shaded art style gives the towering environments a majestic and peaceful atmosphere that feels wonderfully refreshing. I found the deliberate pacing incredibly relaxing as I carefully planned my routes and managed my stamina meter wisely. Discovering hidden paths and piecing together the history of the lost civilization adds great context to your journey. It is a brilliant masterclass in taking one mechanic and perfecting it, offering a serene, vertical adventure for everyone. Arriving at number 14, we dive into an incredible puzzle adventure, entirely focused on deciphering mysterious forgotten languages. You explore a massive labyrinthine tower populated by different cultures that cannot communicate with each other due to language barriers. The clean, geometric art style draws heavy inspiration from classic European comic books, making every single frame gorgeous. I felt like a genuine linguistic detective, meticulously translating symbols based on context clues and environmental hints. Connecting different tribes by successfully translating their dialogue provides an immense feeling of intellectual satisfaction and progression. This truly brilliant concept makes learning fictional grammar loops surprisingly exciting and deeply engaging from the very beginning to end. Dropping in at number 15 is a brilliant isometric action game featuring an adorable fox exploring a dangerous world. The gameplay beautifully pays homage to classic adventure games, featuring tight combat mechanics and brilliant level design. Its vibrant low-polygon aesthetic hides an incredibly dense world packed with cryptic secrets and challenging boss fights. I was completely blown away by the ingenious manual mechanic, which requires you to collect scattered instruction pages. Decoding these pages to discover hidden techniques and map locations is undeniably one of the greatest gaming mechanics ever. This masterpiece perfectly captures the childhood wonder of exploring a vast, unknown digital landscape, making you feel truly heroic. Smashing into number 16, we have a brutally difficult martial arts brawler that demands absolute perfection from the player. The combat system flows like an expertly choreographed action movie, allowing you to counter, parry, and strike with incredible precision. Visually, the game utilizes a striking painterly style that makes every dynamic fight sequence look incredibly cinematic and beautiful. I felt a tremendous sense of mastery after finally defeating a boss that had crushed me dozens of times. The unique aging mechanic adds brilliant tension, since every death makes you older, but stronger until you ultimately perish. It is a perfectly executed love letter to classic kung fu cinema that everyone needs. Skating into number 17, we find a highly stylish sports shooter that combines smooth roller skating with intense gunplay. You perform spectacular tricks in large arenas to regain ammunition while dodging incoming fire from deadly corporate snipers. The striking retro-futuristic comic book art style looks phenomenal while running at a flawlessly smooth frame rate. I absolutely loved the adrenaline rush of chaining together a massive combo while simultaneously taking out a helicopter. The fluid, momentum-based movement requires quick reflexes and constant situational awareness to survive the escalating enemy waves. This incredibly unique genre mashup provides an extremely satisfying and completely unique gameplay loop that you will absolutely adore completely. Rocking out at number 18 is a wildly psychedelic platformer focusing on the journey of a young musical prodigy. The gameplay is relatively simple, prioritizing a stunning audio-visual experience over difficult platforming challenges or combat systems. The art direction is a breathtaking explosion of cosmic colors and surreal landscapes that feel completely out of this world. I was constantly grinning during the massive guitar solos that visually transformed the alien environments around my character. The phenomenal voice acting and genuinely funny writing elevate the coming-of-age story into something truly special. It is a purely joyous experience that celebrates the massive power of creative expression, leaving you feeling incredibly happy. Pouncing onto number 19, we experience a gorgeously detailed cyberpunk world entirely through the eyes of a stray cat. The platforming is streamlined, allowing you to smoothly navigate neon-lit rooftops and cluttered alleys with natural feline agility. The dense city environments are incredibly atmospheric, featuring stunning lighting effects and charming robotic citizens with unique personalities. I spent way too much time doing normal cat things, like scratching carpets, pushing pots, and sleeping on rugs. Unraveling the mystery of the dystopian city provides a compelling narrative hook that keeps you pushing forward. This incredibly charming adventure delivers a highly unique perspective on a classic science fiction setting that is endlessly adorable. Drawing number 20, we uncover a deeply unsettling psychological horror game brilliantly disguised as a simple deck-building roguelike. You are trapped in a dark cabin, playing cards against a mysterious shadowy figure who constantly changes the rules. The grimy, low-resolution aesthetic creates a deeply oppressive atmosphere that makes every single match feel incredibly high stakes. I was genuinely terrified when the game started breaking the fourth wall and introducing wildly unexpected gameplay mechanics. Escaping the cabin requires you to solve environmental puzzles while simultaneously mastering the deeply strategic card battles. This incredibly dark masterpiece will constantly surprise you with its brilliant twists and turns, hiding behind a simple exterior. Sprinting into number 21 is a lightning-fast first-person platformer about sacrificing weapons to perform incredible acrobatics. The gameplay loop demands absolute speed as you run, jump, and blast through gorgeous heavenly environments against the clock. The bright anime-inspired art style provides excellent visual clarity, allowing you to read complex level layouts instantly. I became heavily addicted to sharing mere milliseconds off my completion times to climb the global competitive leaderboards. The pulsing electronic soundtrack perfectly matches the high-octane pace, keeping your adrenaline constantly pumping during difficult sections. This perfectly tuned speedrunning experience feels incredibly satisfying when you finally nail a flawless run through a challenging level. Creeping into number 22, we have a masterful survival horror experience, heavily inspired by classic 90s genre staples. You explore a terrifying retro-futuristic facility, managing extremely limited inventory space while solving complex old-school puzzles. The pixelated out style perfectly captures the aesthetic of classic polygonal horror games while implementing modern lighting techniques. I was constantly on edge, checking every corner for mutated androids while desperately rationing my last few bullets. The deeply cryptic narrative unfolds through fragmented notes and surreal cutscenes that heavily rely on atmospheric psychological dread. This exceptional title completely understands exactly what makes classic survival horror so incredibly compelling and terrifying for modern audiences today. Journeying to number 23, we find a spectacular turn-based role-playing game heavily inspired by retro classics. The combat system features engaging interactive timing mechanics that keep you actively involved during every single attack and defense. The vibrant pixel art is completely breathtaking, featuring incredibly detailed animations and dynamic lighting that brings the world alive. I was instantly charmed by the lovable cast of characters and the surprisingly emotional narrative, full of unexpected twists. The phenomenal soundtrack perfectly captures the adventurous spirit of the Golden Era while establishing its own unique identity. It is a stunning modern tribute to the greatest classic role-playing adventures ever created, delivering pure nostalgic magic. Cooking Up number 24 is a beautiful narrative game centered around restoring lost family recipes through interactive puzzles. You learn about a touching immigrant family story by physically preparing traditional Southern Indian dishes in a stylized kitchen. The colorful art style is incredibly warm and inviting, matching the comforting tone of the homemade meals you create. I found the storytelling incredibly moving, as it explores themes of cultural identity, generational gaps, and maternal love beautifully. The cooking mechanics are highly intuitive, requiring you to decipher damaged recipe books to recreate the perfect, authentic dish. This short but deeply impactful experience will definitely leave you feeling hungry and emotional after playing through it. Unlocking number 25, we explore a highly innovative puzzle game where you draft the layout of a mysterious mansion. The gameplay involves placing different room tiles to create a functional path while managing limited resources and discovering secrets. The stylish geometric presentation is incredibly elegant, making the complex strategic mechanics feel accessible and visually pleasing to manage. I was completely obsessed with optimizing my floor plans to uncover hidden chambers without completely running out of required steps. Every single run feels completely different, forcing you to constantly adapt your strategy based on the available blueprints. This brilliant concept provides endless replayability and immense satisfaction upon every single great victory.